All right, for today, I want to also talk about plotting a fraction on a number line. Let's see. Okay. All right, so how in the world would I plot 1.5 and 2.5 on a number line? Well, 2 1/4 on a number line. Okay, so here's the explanation. When you get your number line, you have to count how many parts you have. And so in this situation, from 0 to 1, there's 8 parts. All right, so that would be, each one would be considered 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then 8/8, 8/8 being 1, which is what you see right here. All right, so if I wanted to plot 1.5, half, it would be better if I could make my number have an 8 on the bottom, right? So I have 1 1/2. Well, if I wanted to see how to plot this on the graph, then I would, in order to make this 2 an 8, I have to multiply it by 4. And anything you do on the multiplication of a fraction on the bottom, you do it on the top. So I would have to do 1, and 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So I would literally have to go 1 and then 4 eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be considered my 1.5. Okay, and so you see that right here. Now, for the 2 1/4, I'm going to do the same thing. I got 2 1/4. I want to make this 4 right here an 8. So I'm going to say times 2 times 2. And then I get 2, and 1 times 2 is 2. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So I would literally go past the 2 and then do 2 of the 8s. 1, 2. And that next one would be right here. So this is my 2 1/4. All right, but why are we fooling around with the number 8? That's because that's how many marks were in between 0 and 1. So those are the parts. Everything is divided into 8s. All right, let's do another one. And this time, I will, let's do plot 5/6 and 1 1/3. So first off, I need to know what my number line is. And so here's the number line. It's not giving it to me on this little thing because I'm not actually working as a student. All right, but I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 1 and 6. 1/6. Each point represents 1/6. So that would be 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. So if I wanted to plot 5/6, I would simply just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. If I wanted to plot 1 1/3, 1 1/3, I want to make this 3. I need for it to be a 6 to make sense to me. So to make a 3 a 6, I multiply it by 2. I do that on the top and the bottom. So basically, I'm doubling my top and my bottom. And I go all the way to the 1, and I plot 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. And I go 1, here's the 1, and then I go 1/6, 2/6, and that would be considered the equivalent of 1 1/3. Yay. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. What was that? Plotting on a number line. Fractional position on a number line. What is that? Let's take a look. Okay, so what is the position of C on the number line? Well, first I got to look at how many spaces are in between 0 and 1. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each one will be considered 1/5 of a point. So if I go from here to the first plot, that's considered 1/5. And here's my explanation. The first point is 1/5. All right, let's go to another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 2 and 1/5. So 2 and 1/5 because they're broken up into fifths. The next one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each one is 1/7. So if I'm on the second, this will be 1, 2. So E will be considered 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7, 6/7, 7/7. Yes. One more, and then we'll move on. One, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So if I'm past 1, this is 1 and 1/4. Yay. All right, let's move on. See where I am as far as time. Recorder is recording, but it's not telling me how much. Oh, 7:27. Awesome. Thank you. Using a common denominator to order fractions. Let's take a look at that. Oh, putting fractions in order. All right. First of all, numbers from left to right, they're lower on the left side. Like if you're looking at a number line and this is 0 and this is 1, numbers are lower here. We go from low to high. Y'all know this, right? Now, the number on the bottom of the, when you look at 11/12 versus 14/15, what that's basically telling you is that one between 0 and 1, we can break this up in 12 and it'll be close to 1, or we can break this up in 15. Now if you break it up in 12s, it's going to be a particular length, but if you break it up into 15s, it's going to be smaller. So the question is, first we got to, what's the common denominator between 12 and 15? So what we want to do is we want to start with our larger number, and we have 11/12, and we have 14/15. 12 doesn't go into 15, so if I do 15 times 2, that's 30. 12 doesn't go into 30. If I do times, see, 15, 30, 45. 12 doesn't go into 45, but it does go into 60. So I had to do times 2 times 3 times 4. I had to multiply this times 4. Oh Lord, why did I say 40? So I'm going to have to multiply that times 4. And then to get 60 for 12s, basically you can say 12. You know that 12 times 4 is 48, so let's go with 12 times 5. If you have your multiplication chart, you know. So 12 times 5 is 60. So over here, I'm going to have to multiply this times 5 and this times 5. All right, so I know that 5 times 11 is 55, and 5 times 12 is 60. And then I don't know what 14 times 4 is, so I'm going to check. 14 times 4 is 56. So this would be 56 over 60. So this one is lower than that one, so it would be considered less than. So since this 55 over 60 started out as 11 over 12, 11 over 12 would be considered less than 14 over 15. Is that crazy? Okay, let's look at another one because that was rough. So in order to do this, you have to find your common denominator, and it's best to find your common denominator by your larger number. Here, my larger number is 8, 3 over 8, and 2 over 5. All right, so 8 times 2 is 16, times 3 is 24, times 4 is 48, times 5 is 40. So we're just going to have to multiply these times each other. Times 8 for this side, and times 5. So our common denominator is 40. So these fractions become 15 over 40. That was previously 3 over 8. And then 2 times 8 is 16 over 40. So 3/8 is less than 2/5. That's less than that. Right? So we would say 3/8. It's lower than 2/5. Let's do one more and we'll end this video. One-fourth and 2/9. 2/9, I'm pretty sure, is smaller than 1/4, but let's see. 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 4, okay, so 1/4, 9 times 4 is 36, so we're going to have to say, we're going to have to multiply them by themselves. So 9 times 4, and then times 9. So times 9 is what I have to do on this side, and times 4 is what I have to do on this side. When I do that, I get 9 over 36 versus 8 over 36. And so 9 over 36 is greater than 8 over 36, which means 1/4 is greater than 2/9. All right, that's it.